Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's look at some of the most valuable cards we're losing post-rotation come April. All these cards have been losing value over the past year. They no longer have the meta holding them up in value, so now it's a great time to pick them up if you're looking to invest, if you're just looking to add to your collection. These are some of the more expensive alt arts that I'm looking at, and a few other cards that were pretty relevant in the meta this past year. First card up is going to be Genesect V, the most important card in the Mew Vmax deck that has been so dominant this past meta. High of $24, down 50%, saving yourself $12, sitting at $12. An alternate art for $12. Pretty cool looking card in my eyes. Breakdancing insect. Next up, Mew V, very popular Pokemon, at a high of $43. Now sitting at $28, but it hit a low of $25 back in December. That's down 42%, saving yourself $18. That's a lot of savings. That's a big drop for a Pokemon that's popular in my eyes. That's like pre-release price drops. Next up, we have Mew Vmax, the most expensive card in the deck. High of $87, down 35%, just recently hit the low. Sitting at $60 now, but you will save yourself $30 if you waited till now to pick it up. I don't know if this is the bottom or if there's more to go, but just think about saving yourself $60 if you buy one copy of each card in this deck. So that's Genesect V, you save yourself $12. Mew V, you save yourself $18, and the Vmax, you save yourself $30. $60 is enough to buy yourself an ETB, any seal product that you want. Just shows you that if you are patient for meta relevant cards, you can save yourself so much money because the supply is just going to be dumped into the market because you no longer need 4 copies of a card. It just shows you patience will pay off. This is 2 years after release. Next up, we have Intellon Vmax. Not my favorite card, not my starter. So there's that reason behind it. High price of $29, low of $14, sitting at $15 now. That's over a 50% drop. The biggest drop on this list, I think, so far for alternate arts. Next up, we have Impol V. One of the better looking alternate art cards so far on the list. Hit a high of $40, down 48%. Hit a low of $21, so that was a saving of $19. Now bumped up a bit to $28 now, but at that low of $21, if I was interested in buying this card, I probably would have picked it up at that point because that's a decent price for a alternate art card. Not one of my favorite Pokemons, so that's probably the reason why I was no rush to pick it up. But if it is one of your favorite Pokemons, I think it's a great price to pick it up at that price. Next up, we have Urshifu Vmax, the Rapid Strike version. High of $71. That's pretty high for a Pokemon that is relatively new. Not as much as, that's like $10 less than what my champ goes for now. So a little too high for a Pokemon that is not that popular. It's a DLC Pokemon, I think. I don't even have it in the game. But dropping 30%, saving yourself $20. Again, that's a large amount of money saved for a Pokemon that is not that popular. Now sitting at new lows of $51. Next up, we have the single strike version of Urshifu Vmax, jumping up to a high of $43, hitting a new low just recently, and that's down 37%, saving yourself $16. Let me know if you're a big fan of these Urshifu cards. I did play this Urshifu deck, but you know, that was just for me getting back into the TCG, and I was like, I don't know these Pokemon, but they seem pretty beastly with these attacks. Next up, we have Sleepy Tyranitar. Hit a high of $114, down 22%, just hit a new low, $89 now, saving yourself $25 by waiting for this card. It looks like it still has more room to fall. This card should not be more than the Rayquaza V in my eyes. It's not a better looking card than that. Seeing it as high as more than a Dragonite at one point, that's offensive to me. Those are way better looking artwork than a Sleepy Tyranitar. I know a lot of people like it. Not for me, but if you're looking to buy this card, it probably is going to keep on falling, so keep an eye on it. Next up, 2 new Pokemons again. Not a fan of them just because they're too new. I don't care for them. But if you're a fan of them, if you're a kid that's probably going to be a future fan of these, great pickups because right now they just hit new lows of $16 and $12. So both are down over 40% from their highs, saving yourself over $20 by waiting for these cards. Next up, I do want to acknowledge some of my full art collectors out there. Some of these cards just doubled up in price overnight just because they became meta relevant. Again, we have the Tyranitar V down nearly 70%, Dragonite V down 45%, Mew V down over 50%. Again, all these cards combined probably save yourself like $30. Most full arts are like $5, $10 only, and so these being over $15, nearly $20 was a pretty high spike for them. They're back to normal now, so anytime you want to pick them up, probably a good time now. Overall, be patient if you can. Patience pays off in this game that we do of collecting cards. We have so many sources to use to know what's relevant. something like this, where these cards at one point were all going for $548, now going for only $346, saving yourself over $200. You can use that money to invest in like Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike, Lost Origin. Like buy yourself a booster box and have that thing increase in value over time. I just wanted to bring these cards into you guys' attention, because if you're interested in these cards, now's a good time to keep an eye on them, wait for them to bottom, do what's right for you in your financial situation. Not advice from me. I just wanted to let others know who don't know already that cards do lose value once they're no longer being held up in value by the meta, by how relevant they are in the meta. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.